If you clicked on this video, chances are you already know who Nino Paid is. Today, we're sitting down with one of his producers, Fendi Made Prada. He's going to be breaking down how he got not one, but two songs on his newest album. He's going to be explaining how you guys can get placements as go-to plugins and breaking down one of the most popular tracks off the album, Something to Live For. And without further ado, let's jump in. I'm going to ask Fendi some questions, then he's going to break down the beats. Alright, Fendi, what's good, bro? First up, I just want to ask your age, where you're from, and how long you've been making music, gang?
So my name is Fendi Made Prada. I'm from the DMV area, specifically DC, Washington, DC. And I've been making music professionally for like 3 years now.
Damn, bro, that's what's up. So let's get straight into the Nino Paid project. I know you've been working with Nino. You did a couple tracks on his last album as well. Can you quickly speak about how you and Nino got connected and how the beats got placed, how you connected with his team and all of that?
I really ran into Nino. Well, I didn't run into him, but I found out about him like through our hometown blog, DC Artist. Shout out DC Artist. He had posted the Pain and Possibilities music video.
Tired of going through pain. I think I'm destined for greatness, so maybe I'm going insane. Long leg Cap, long leg Ronnie and Webby. I'm finna put Brown.
Well, that was one of the songs that blew him up, and that's how I heard about him. And you know, he shot me a DM. And we've been connected ever since.
Speaking now on the beats, when you were making the beats for the two songs you did on the album, do you have a feeling there was something special when you were making them, or was it just some regular stuff?
I'm not really expecting too much of nothing when I'm making beats. Like, I'm just creating, hoping it does, you know, gain some type of traction when I do get them placed. But I wasn't really like thinking about, oh, I'm about to get these placed with Nino. Hopefully these things go up. Like, I was just in the midst of creating and it just happened to blow up.
I hear it, bro. So when you're producing, what's your process? Like, I know some people, they be straight up making a beat, 5 beats every single day. Some people, they kind of have to wait for that inspiration to strike. What would you say it's like for you?
I don't really make beats every day. Like today I probably made like 2, but that's not really my process. I try to take breaks in between. I don't want to force their creative process, but I make most of my beats from scratch. I usually start with my melodies. You know, I take pride in my melody. That's what I feel like. That's what really carries the beat for the most part, because anybody can throw drums on a beat or a loop.
Yeah, for sure, bro. And that's one thing that kind of struck me about you specifically was both of the songs you did on this most recent tape. They were both solos, right?
Yeah, all of it from scratch. I really take pride of like not having too many co-pros, but collaboration is key. I really been homed in on collaborating with my peers, and you know, working with Nino, I ran into a lot of new producers that really like they really like gravitate towards my sound.
Yeah, that's fire, bro. I feel like the 2 beats you did on the project, kind of got a different type of sound, man. I feel like you're creating your own sort of wave. But Something to Live For is my personal favorite song off the project. So before we get into breaking it down, can you quickly talk about how that song came about specifically? Was it just some email shit, texting beats? Like, how did it happen?
I have Nino's number. I just, you know, I send him beats every time he asks. It just happened to be a pack. You know, he asked for beats. I sent the pack through, and that happens to fall through. Well, how it came about, really though, it was like that beat just happened to be a beat that I made after the passing of my brother. Like, I just got back into making beats. And it was literally like one of the first beats that I made after his passing. And I named it after him actually too. Like, it was crazy. Like, I named it after my little brother. And he talks about loss in the song, you know, with the mother dealing with grief and, you know, losing her son, which is crazy to me. Well, I'm like, damn, like I can resonate with this will and I literally named the song after my little brother.
That's crazy how that shit came about. My condolences for your little brother, bro. But obviously, you turn an L into a blessing, bro. I'm sure he would be proud of you seeing the shit you're doing now. So, because Nino's project definitely has some more like very personal sort of songs on there, so to help him create that must be a special feeling, man.
Hell yeah.
So we're done with the question section of the video. Now I'm gonna get Fendi to go ahead and break down the Something to Live For beat.
So to start off, I had these basic chords. While I was making this beat, I was kind of actually thinking about my brother. You know, I try to bring that pain element to it. You know, those emotional keys. So, you know, I had these chords set up. You know, I try not to go too crazy with the chorus, but I try to make something that's hard to replicate also. So that's another thing too.
Do you play the keys or do you just click these straight up?
Nah, I don't even play the piano, bro. Like, I just click this shit in to try to make it sound realistic as possible. For the second piano, it was kind of like a counter melody for the main one. I'm gonna just play those together so you can really hear how they blend. You know, just to add those accent, the high notes, you know, they bring it, you know, give it more of an emotional vibe. For the next element, I think I added some strings from Expand, if I'm not mistaken. When I use Expand, I usually only use the strings. So those are my go-to sounds, or a pad even. And then I think this is also a string as well. It's a long string. I have another counter melody as well. Out of Surge, I think I have it's like a lead or a pluck maybe even. Let's check it out. Kind of sits in the background. It's kind of crazy sounding by itself, but this is the Mystic Pluck
Damn.
in
Bro, I ain't
Surge.
never seen this plugin before. What the heck?
It's actually free though. If you guys want to go grab it, it's a free plugin. I just I didn't start using it recently, but it's been around for a minute. I had to grab it. I heard it. I heard it in a few songs. I'm like, I have to use it. All right, and then let's get into the drums. Pretty basic hi-hat pattern. I was really feeling like an ATL swag for these drum patterns. I really just started listening to ATL music like probably last year or the year before last, and I kind of like grew a liking to it, so I started using a lot of their drum elements. I've been listening to a lot of Wasig,
Yeah.
another producer I've been fucking with, Herrick, Lil Tony's
Yeah.
producer. Been fucking with
Fire.
him. Yeah, those guys are fire, especially based in Atlanta, which is where Nino kind of like gravitates towards anyway. Basic hi-hats though, none too crazy. And then the 808.
It's not no spins 808, right? It's like a plug-in B 808, no?
Yeah, it's like a plug and B 808. So plug and B is my shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So I use a lot of those drums. Even when I try different genres of music, I try to keep it like plug and B bass or just plug bass, because that's my shit. I ain't gonna lie. Then I have a crash here, I believe. Basic crash. It hits on the one. Basic open hats right here, which actually hits on the right after the one, and then it plays through the whole 16.
I guess it kind of keeps that tempo up, huh?
Yeah, it actually does. I kind of throw like those little hot open hats in there just to, take up some space, within the drums. I don't want it too messy, but the open hats is a good touch. A shorter crash that hits on like some of the 808s. Let me play it with the 808, see what it sounds like.
Yeah, I guess it's just accentuating some of them 808 notes there.
Definitely. And that's, like I said earlier, part of the ATL swag. They usually have the crashes hitting with some of the 808s to, emphasize those 808s. So these are all the drums together.
Yeah, simple, but the bounces.
Yeah, the bounces. Yeah, the bounces where is that? This is it with the rest of the melodies. I'll have it come in.
Fendi, you're my favorite.
I bet you guys can follow me on all media platforms at Fendi Made Product. I want to shout out Petro Gang. Even though I'm not a part of the little clique no more, but I do got mad love for those people. Shout out Butter, shout out Anti, shout out Maxo, shout out Dirty, shout out Huncho, shout out all the good men. You feel me? It ain't nothing but love for the guy.
And yeah, man, that's it for the video. Hopefully you got some value out of this. Make sure to go like, subscribe, follow my Instagram, and shout out to Fendi for getting on this as well. Go follow his Instagram. That's it for the video. Chat to you lot in a bit. Peace.